What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react to some Europe versus USA memes. So today, I want to take a look at some funny, random internet pictures with text on them, also known as memes. And these memes all have to do with what life is like in Europe versus what life is like here in the United States. So let's take a look at some of these. Starting with this one that says, Americans, when you called an ambulance after a serious accident. You what? Oh God. Yeah, I mean, sadly, this is not even a joke. This isn't funny. It's funny in like a sick, twisted way because this is the reality of living in the United States. Like, I know people who have gotten hurt or have broken a bone, and people around want to help and they want to call an ambulance, and the person who's hurt is like, no, 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 hold on, wait, stop. Let's just drive to the hospital. Can someone give me a lift? Can someone drive me to the hospital? That's actually something that happens in America. It's pretty common because just what this meme is saying. Like, Americans freak out because an ambulance is very, very, very expensive. And if you have like a broken bone or something that's not life-threatening, it's not that uncommon to be like, well, hold on, ambulance will cost me like $1,000 or a couple $1,000s, which is that's a lot. That could like ruin your whole life if you don't have enough savings or something to cover it. So yeah, it's actually really sad how accurate this meme is. I'm guessing in Europe, where a lot of European countries have like universally covered healthcare, you guys pay with healthcare through your taxes, so it's all covered, and you don't have to worry about paying like an ambulance every time. You guys don't really worry about this, huh? That sounds really nice. This is kind of a crazy one. This meme is actually very accurate, as funny as it is, and sad. Let's keep going here. This is a meme. We got Drake. Drake saying no to bricks and rebar and metal and concrete. And then there's Drake saying, oh yeah, yes, to paper and glue and cardboard. I know what this is. I know what this is saying. This is one of those memes that is making fun of American houses and how bad the quality of building material is in American houses. That's what this is, isn't it? On the top, you got Americans who, like, we could build houses out of brick and metal and concrete, the proper, and we're like, no, 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 no. Paper. Cardboard. Yeah. Glue. It's like, okay, all right, I get the meme, but it's like, come on. American houses are not made out of literal cardboard. Give us a little credit. It just depends. In the United States, you see a lot of different houses at a lot of different prices. And some houses are expensive and made out of brick, and they're good. Especially older houses. Older houses in America are pretty well done with good material. The new houses are made out of like really crappy wood, plyboard, like a bunch of wood that's been like pressed together, and Yeah, it's not great. I do agree with that. New American houses are not great, not built very well. I have learned about that a bit. So all right, fine, fine. So what in Europe? You guys just use only the greatest building materials all the time? I mean, that's probably what you should do, but yeah, I guess Americans want to cut corners and save money more. Huh? Okay, what is this? This is the top says hand egg coaches? What now? Hand egg coaches? These are and then on the bottom it says football coaches. I think I get it. So on the top, oh my god. Those are American football coaches. Otherwise, I've never heard of American football being referred to as hand egg. Like the ball is shaped like an egg. and we call and we call it football, even though the rest of the world calls football the actual game that you play with your feet with a round ball. Okay, fine. Hand egg coach. That's funny. Okay. So American football, also known as hand egg, the coaches are very, very fat in America. Yeah, it's kind of weird because these are supposed to be athletic coaches. They're supposed to be, they're supposed to know something about being athletes and sports, and it's not very inspiring when they look, man, these coaches in particular are really, really big. That's pretty embarrassing. Yeah. And in Europe, it looks like the football coaches look amazing. Like they're all in great shape. They all look like they could just go out and probably practice some football right now if they wanted to, which is inspiring, and it makes sense that the coach is also a football player or a former football player, or at least looks like they know something about sports. Yeah, it's okay, I get it. Americans are really fat, even our football coaches. Moving on, this is a post. It says, "My wife asked for a latte in Rome. She was given a glass of warm milk. Ha ha ha? Huh? What?" Okay, so their wife, this is an American who went to Rome and asked for coffee? A latte. And they got milk. Someone replied and said, "Yeah, because Italians call it cafe latte." What she got, what she asked for, milk. Oh. So in Rome, in Italian, the word latte literally means milk. So they gave her what she was asking for. So this, oh my God, this is a good example of Americans just not understanding the rest of the world. And this American is so dumb, they're making fun of Italians because this American thinks that the Italian messed up, even though the American is the one who asked for milk in Italian, if that's what latte means. That's so annoying that this American is like laughing at Rome, even though they are the one that was wrong and didn't understand. That is so. That is not good. That is not good. Americans definitely need to understand that you need to learn a bit about where you're going, or at least have an open mind and understand it's a different culture and a different language. And if you think they messed up, it's probably you that messed up, really. Meta, which is Facebook. If you don't let us spy on you, we will leave Europe. Europeans, okay, leave. Leave then. Meta. Did this happen? I didn't hear about this really. Did this happen in Europe? Does Europe have Facebook? Do you guys have Meta? Because it's true, a lot of big tech companies, especially in America, they want to collect your data. They want to spy on you. They want to collect all your information. So Meta wanted to like spy on Europe, I guess, as companies do. And Europe said, no, no, you can't legally do that. And so Meta, the company, Meta, Facebook, said, well, we'll just leave. We'll leave if you don't let us spy on you. And Europe said, okay. Did this actually happen? Like, does Meta not operate in Europe anymore? I don't know, but good for you guys, because that is the appropriate response, honestly, to that. A lot of Americans are much too complicit in allowing companies to just spy and take our data and not care, really. It's weird. Okay, President of America. Yes, you got cars, bodyguards everywhere. Meanwhile, the president of Portugal is just taking selfies and at the grocery store and at the beach. What? Is this what it's like? Like, are leaders in Europe, like presidents, prime ministers, whatever, European leaders, are they just more down to earth, you think? I wonder. Because here in the United States, politicians are basically treated as celebrities, which is weird. Because politicians are supposed to be just like you. They're not supposed to be any better than you. They're supposed to represent you in the government and advocate for you. So, but in America, we treat them like gods. We treat them like they're these incredible, like better than everyone else, like celebrities, which is really weird when you think about it. I much prefer this, like in Portugal, where the president is like at the beach swimming. He's just a normal guy. Like that's you. If you see Donald Trump, he's gonna be with 100 bodyguards with guns and bulletproof cars everywhere and jets flying in the air. There's no humanity about it. There's nothing normal or nothing you can connect to. So that's really cool. This is actually really cool. Like this example for Portugal. Their president just goes to the grocery store like a normal guy. That's really cool, actually. This is Europe according to American movies. Yeah. So, Europe is not shown very much in American movies, and there's a lot of stereotypes. Like, you never see an obscure European country in an American movie. Like you never see Switzerland or like Hungary or something. But you do see this is what exists in American movies. What is this? Like France and what is that? Italy? And I want to say Germany, maybe. But it's only like 3 countries that exist to Americans. It's really it's really weird, actually. I don't know why that is. Because there's so many other European countries you could choose from to, like, have your characters go to, and I don't know. It's like Americans can't comprehend that there's other places, like, besides a couple of, like, the UK and France, and that's it, or something. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. We need to broaden our horizons a bit. Okay, this is a woman at a sink or toilet. It says, why are the drinking fountains so short in Europe? What is this? This doesn't look like a drinking fountain. This doesn't look like a drinking fountain. This is in Europe? This looks like a toilet. Is she drinking out of a toilet? Does she think this is a fountain? Like a public drinking fountain? Oh my god. Is this a sink? Maybe this. Why is it so low to the ground? If it's this low to the ground, it looks like a toilet and a sink. I'm not sure. Okay. Maybe someone can explain that one to me. Britain says, we need to raise your taxes. This is Britain to the United States when we were still under the British Empire, Great Britain. So Britain says, we have to raise your taxes, American colonies. And America said, how about you suck our star-spangled ding-dong? Yeah. Okay. This is funny because this is actually a snack food that does exist in America. I've had this stuff. There is a snack cake called Star Spangled Ding Dongs. It's also a good insult. It's also a good insult. Okay. Right. This is exactly what Americans would say back in the day when Britain was raising our taxes. Yes. Okay. Europeans calling Americans stupid for not being able to name half of the countries in Europe. That's fair. I don't know why, but here in the United States, we are so bad at geography. I think in school, we just don't focus on it. There's a lot of states. We focus on learning all of the states in the United States. That takes up all our brain power, I guess. But it's bad. Europeans not being able to name half the US states. Ah, yes. Well, actually, I think Americans should know all of Europe, all the European countries. I don't actually think Europeans need to know all the 50 states in the United States. That's different. Like, knowing all the countries, that's important. That's a country. But America, the United States of America, that's the country. I don't expect Europeans to know all of the different places inside of the United States. That would be like demanding that Americans know not just France, but all of the different regions of France and Germany and all the different that'd be like assuming Americans have to know all the different areas of every country. It's like, that's totally unreasonable. You just have to know, like, it's good just knowing the countries. So I don't think Europeans actually have to know all the states inside of the United States. Maybe you guys do know about that. That's amazing to me. Because it's true, Americans don't even know, like, how to label a map of Europe. Okay, European antagonist in American movies. This is very, very, very specific. This is what European bad guys are like in American movies. They all look like this. Whenever there's a bad guy from Europe, he has to look like this. Have like weird slicked back hair, maybe a little mustache, or a beard. And you have to wear all black. That's how all Europeans that are evil look like in American movies. That is so true. Okay. Americans making $60,000 living. Oh, yeah. That's not bad. That's probably like the median, the average in America. 60,000. It's difficult to live, like, you probably can't buy a house with earning 60,000 a year. So you're living in a cardboard box. Europeans making 60,000 euros annually. Really? Is this true? Is this true? Can you live well in Europe? I know that's very I say Europe, like it probably depends on what country in Europe you're talking about, but are there countries in Europe where you can make 60,000 euros a year and be okay? Is that true? I don't know. I don't know. Interesting. The European mind can't comprehend this. This is America, clearly. Chocolate covered bacon. Yeah. This is so American. This is so American and I love it. It's a huge truck with huge wheels with an American flag selling chocolate covered bacon. Two for only $3. It's a good deal. Is this I get it. Is this kind of difficult to understand for Europeans, or maybe you guys think this is stupid, but as an American, I love that stuff. UK versus USA. There's a lot of security cameras, okay? Sure. Security cameras in the UK, in the United States, and in Eastern Europe, you have old ladies? You don't need security cameras in Eastern Europe. You just have old ladies watching you from the balcony. Is this like some weird stereotype of Eastern Europe? You have old women just outside their house watching? Is that what older women do in Eastern Europe? I've never heard of this before. Okay. And finally, they think all Americans are fat, and yet we win gold medals at the Olympics. Yeah, yeah. You guys think all of us Americans are just so fat and out of shape, but we win lots of Olympic medals. Then somebody responded to this saying, we got a few too, even though we're only the size of Ohio. That's a good point. That is a very good point. The United States does do pretty well in the Olympics, but we have a huge advantage. We are a massive country. We have over 350 million people. So, Americans need to remember that European countries are much, much, much smaller. So, it's honestly impressive when small countries win Olympic medals. That's more impressive, honestly, because you don't have nearly as many people. America is like 50 countries put together. So yeah, we should like kind of realize and appreciate that. That's true. But anyway, that is the Europe versus USA memes. That's pretty cool. Pretty funny. And I definitely learned some things about Europe and about America and how different Europe and America really are. So I enjoyed this. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on any of these memes. And if you're interested in more videos like this, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.